welcome to the Fairy Crochet Pullover tutorial. Let's get right into materials that you're going to need. You will need 786 yards of yarn, which for me, with this particular yarn that I used, I needed 3 skeins of worsted weight yarn. You can use size 3 if you wanted, but I recommend using size 4 for this pattern. So keep that in mind. And then you will need a 5.5 millimeter hook. You need 8 stitch markers. These are very important. You will need a total of 8, definitely. Especially for the sewing part, it's very important that you have these stitch markers for that step. A pair of scissors and a darning needle for weaving in your ends. And lastly, you will need measuring tape to measure your arms and your panels to make sure that they are big enough for you. All right, let's get into the pattern. For round 1, you're going to make a slip knot and chain 4. You're going to slip stitch into the first stitch or chain that you made. Pull it apart a little so you can see the hole that's there. Cut and chain 2. That does not count as your first double crochet, but it just adds height. Make 12 double crochets inside the chain 4. 3, 11, 12. Slip stitch to join in the round, chain 4 for next round, single crochet, skip that first stitch and single crochet in the next, chain 4 again, skip a stitch, go to the next one, chain 4 again, and just keep doing that all the way around till you have 6 loops. Right. Chain 2 for height, does not count as a double crochet. Double crochet 3 in that chain 4 that you slip stitched into. For a picot stitch, you're going to chain 3 and then you're going to slip stitch into that first chain you made, and then you're going to double crochet 3 more into that chain 4. Should look like that. Single crochet over the single crochet from the previous row, and then repeat what we just did in the last chain 4. 3 double crochet, picot, double crochet 3 again in that same chain 4, and then single crochet into the last single crochet from previous row. So it should look like that, like little petals. Continue doing that all the way around until you have 6 petals. Alright, slip stitch into the top of the first double crochet you made to join the round, and then you're going to slip stitch up to the picot stitch. So just slip stitch up there. Okay. You're going to chain 2 to add height for your double crochet, and then you're going to double crochet 1, chain 1, and then go into that same picot and double crochet again. So double crochet into once, and then chain 1, and then double crochet again. Then you're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. And then you're going to double crochet over that single crochet. Then you're going to chain 5 again. Yarn over, go into the next picot stitch, or top of the picot stitch, and then double crochet once, chain 1, chain 1, double crochet again into that same stitch. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, double crochet into the next single crochet, chain 5 again. Alright, let me do this with you again. So you're going to yarn over, you're going to go into the top of the picot stitch. Now I usually try to identify where the top one is, so just kind of nudge your hook in and then find those 2 loops in that second chain when you made the chain 3 and pull through yarn. Okay, and then pull through once, pull through twice, chain 1, go into that same hole again, double crochet, chain 5, double crochet into the next single crochet, and repeat this sequence all the way around. And the next you're going to chain 5, and the top of the next picot stitch you're going to do a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet on that same picot stitch, then you're going to chain 5 again, double crochet into the single crochet, chain 5, and then repeat on until your whole circle looks like this. Okay, you're going to slip stitch into that first double crochet you made in the picot stitch, and then you're going to slip stitch again into that chain 1 space, chain 2 for height, and then double crochet 3 into that same space. Oops. Picot stitch again, double crochet 3 again into that same chain 1 space, alright, single crochet into chain 5, half double crochet 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 5 goes into that double crochet, and then 4 more in the next chain 5 for a total of 9 half double crochets. Single crochet to finish, and then you're gonna repeat from the previous and make 3 double crochets into the chain 1 space, make a picot, make 3 more double crochets into that chain 1 space, single crochet in the chain 5, make 3 half double crochets into the chain 5. It's going to be different than the last one, and then make another single crochet, double crochet 5 in the next chain 5, 3, 4, 5. You're going to chain 1 and skip over to the next chain 5. You're going to skip over this whole section right here. You're going to skip over that and double crochet 5 into the next chain 5 space. Alright, and then you're basically repeating what we did backwards. So make a single crochet into the next chain 5, 3 half double crochets, single crochet again, and then we're gonna make another little chain, double crochet 3, picot, double crochet 3, picot. So you're gonna basically repeat this whole section again. So this section right here will be mirrored up here, and then this will be mirrored here. I'm gonna double crochet 3 and that chain 1 space, picot, double crochet 3 again in that same space, single crochet in the next chain 5, and half double crochet 9 with the 5th half double crochet being in the double crochet from the previous row. Double crochet 3, picot, double crochet 3 in here, and then you're going to single crochet in the chain 5, 3 half double crochet in that same chain 5, and then single crochet. You're going to go into the next chain 5 and double crochet 5, skip over this with a chain 1, and then double crochet 5 in the next chain 5, and then into the last chain 5 you're going to single crochet, half double crochet 3, and then single crochet, and then slip stitch into that first double crochet you made. I will meet you at the end of the row. Now slip stitch to the top of the picot stitch, okay, chain 1 and single crochet into the picot stitch. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and single crochet into that first single crochet. You're going to chain 5 again, and you're going to single crochet into that half double crochet that is in the double crochet, and then you're going to chain 5 again, and then you're going to single crochet into that first single crochet, and then you're going to chain 5 again, and then you're going to single crochet into the next picot. Alright, you're going to chain 5, single crochet into that first single crochet, and then you're going to single crochet into that first double crochet you made, and then 1 chain 5 again, and then you're going to single crochet into that chain 1 space. Okay, chain 5, and then single crochet into that last double crochet, chain 5, and then single crochet into that single crochet that's next to the chain, double crochet 3 cluster, picot, double crochet 3 cluster, and then you're going to chain 5, and then you're going to single crochet into the top of that picot. Alright, we're going to repeat how we began the row again. how we began this was we're going to single crochet in the top of the picot, which we just did, and then you're going to chain 5, go into that first single crochet, chain 5, go into that half double crochet that's in the double crochet, chain 5 again, go to the next single crochet, chain 5, go into the picot stitch, and then chain 5, go into the first single crochet, chain 5, go into the first double crochet you made, chain 5, go into the chain 1 space and single crochet, and then chain 5 again, and then go into the last double crochet you made and single crochet, and then chain 5 again and go into that next single crochet, and then chain 5 and then slip stitch into the first single crochet you made of the row, and I will meet you back when we are finished. Alright, this next row 7, will be a lot easier. So we're going to slip stitch into the chain 5, and then we're going to chain 2 just to add height, and then you're going to double crochet 5 into that chain 5 space. And that's exactly what we're doing for the whole row. We're just double crocheting 5 into each chain 5 space. So for row 7, all you're doing is double crocheting 5 into each chain 5 all around, just 5 double crochets into each chain 5 space. And when we are finished, I will meet you back for row 8. Okay, this is what you should have. This is what it should look like. Just double crochets all around. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna slip stitch right here. Now if your row starts right after a space right here where you're skipping over to the next chain 5 plus 2, you're gonna go in there and then you're gonna single crochet. Okay, and then you're gonna chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Skip over and go to the next space and single crochet in it. You're just going in. You're not going in the stitch, you're just going into the space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Go into the next space, and you're going to be doing that all the way around into each space. You're not going in a stitch, remember that. You're just going into this space right here, just like this. This is just how you're going in, pulling up a loop, and then single crocheting. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then you're just gonna go into the space just like this and single crochet and then chain 7. So keep doing that all around and slip stitch into that first single crochet you made. For row 9, isn't this so pretty? For row 9, you're going to chain 3. That's just to add height, but just chain 3. And then you're gonna do a treble crochet into that single crochet. So make a treble crochet, and then you're gonna chain 7 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then you're gonna make another treble crochet and place it into the next single crochet. So basically we're repeating row 8, but just replacing the single crochets with treble crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yarn over twice, go into the next single crochet, pull up a loop, pull through once, pull through twice, pull through thrice, and then chain 7. And just keep doing that all the way around until you have reached the first treble crochet you made, and then slip stitch into it. And I will meet you back for row 10. To start row 10, you're going to slip stitch into the chain 7, and then you're going to make 2 half double crochets. Then you're going to double crochet 3, Then you're going to make a picot stitch. Then you're going to double crochet 3 again into the same chain 7. And then to end it, you're going to put 2 half double crochets like we did to begin the round. And then you're going to single crochet into the treble crochet you made from the previous row. And then you're going to repeat what we just did on this row into each chain 7 space all around. Pretty simple, a lot of repeating with this pattern. So I'm going to do it again with you, and then we'll go ahead and move on. So 2 half double crochets into the chain 7 to begin it, to begin the sequence, and then 3 double crochet. Picot, which is chaining 3 and then slip stitching in the first chain. Double crochet 3 again. Half double crochet to end the sequence, and then single crochet into the treble crochet from the previous row. You're going to keep making these into each chain 7 space until you reach the first one you made, and then I will show you how to do row 11. Alright, to start row 11, you're going to slip stitch to the picot stitch like we've done in the previous rows. Chain 1 and just make a single crochet in that picot stitch. Now chain 5, and then go ahead and double crochet into that single crochet we made from the previous round. Chain 1 and double crochet again into that single crochet. Chain 5 and single crochet into the next picot stitch. Chain 5 and repeat. Double crochet once into the single crochet, chain 1, and then double crochet again into that single crochet. You're going to repeat this all the way around. Pretty simple. So what you're going to do is you're going to chain 5, and then you're going to single crochet into the picot stitch, chain 5 again, and then single crochet into, and then double crochet into the single crochet from the previous row, double crochet once, and then chain 1, and then double crochet again into that single crochet, and then repeat. So chain 5 again, single crochet to the picot stitch, chain 5 again, and then repeat the double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into the single crochet. Repeat that all the way around, and then slip stitch into that first single crochet you made after your last chain 5, and then we will move on to row 12. For row 12, we're going to be preparing for our corners. So this one will be another simple row. So single crochet over the single crochet that we made in the picot stitch in the previous row, chain 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Skip over and go to the next single crochet and single crochet over that one. And that's it. We're literally just single crocheting, chaining 12, skipping over this section to go to the next single crochet, and then we're going to single crochet in that, and then chain 12 and repeat. So we'll do that a few more times with you. So chain 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Go to the next single crochet and single crochet on top of that, and then chain 12. So keep doing that all the way around until you reach the first single crochet you made, slip stitch into that, and then I will show you what to do for row 13. So in row 13, we are going to mark our corners. So to help you, you're going to go back to this row, and you can see that this has 4 corners here. And this kind of guides us into helping us to find that single crochet that we need to mark. So this is where I stopped my row, and I skipped over backwards to this loop because that's where the corner is pointing to. So I marked that single crochet, and then I counted 5 loops, because once you mark 1 stitch, the rest are easy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then after that 5th loop, you're going to go and check that single crochet, make sure that it looks like it's pointing to it, and it is. You mark it, and then you count 5 more loops again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You found your next corner. Mark it with a stitch, and then for the last one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mark that last single crochet, and then just to double check, make sure there's 5 separating that first one that you did. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So now that you've marked your corners, you're going to keep those stitch markers in all 4 of those until I tell you to take them out. Don't take them out after row 13. We're going to keep them in, just single crochet around them. You're going to keep them in just to help you remember where the corner is, because you can forget. I forgot when I was doing this pattern when I was working on it. Okay, so to do the row, what you're going to do is you're going to slip stitch into the chain of 12, and then you're going to chain 2. Just for height, that does not count as a double crochet, and double crochet 10 into that chain of 12. And you're going to do that to all the chain of 12s until you reach a corner, and I will tell you what to do when we get to a corner. So double crochet 10, 4, 6, 10. So make another 10 double crochets into the next chain of 12 and keep doing that until you reach your marked single crochet, and I will tell you what to do next. Once you reach a corner, you're just going to double crochet into that marked single crochet. Okay? And then continue double crocheting 10 into the chain 12s, and then when you reach a marked single crochet, you're going to double crochet in that marked stitch. Don't double crochet in any other single crochet, only the 4 marked ones that we just did previously. Make sure that you're leaving a gap here when you're jumping over to the next chain 12. Don't do anything to the single crochet, only the marked ones. So continue doing that, double crochet 10 into all chain 12s, and then when you reach a marked single crochet, double crochet into that one. Remember, do not take out your stitch markers, and I will meet you back for row 14. For row 14, we are going to single crochet in all of our double crochets until we reach the corner. Now I'm going to single crochet all the way there because we have to do something a little different. So keep single crocheting in the double crochet 10 clusters, and then when you reach the end of one, you're going to single crochet into the gap as well. And don't forget to single crochet in the single crochet that's right there. So we're single crocheting in all the stitches here and in the gaps right here without missing this next double crochet, the first one at the beginning of the next double crochet 10 clusters. So keep single crocheting in all the double crochets and in the gaps before each double crochet 10 cluster. speed through this till we get to the corner stitch. So you should have a double crochet right before that marked double crochet that we made. So in the one before, you're going to half double crochet into that one. And then you're going to double crochet over that marked double crochet corner stitch. And then you're going to half double crochet into the first double crochet next to it. Or not first, but it's the first of the next double crochet 10 cluster. And then single crochet as normal all the way until you reach another corner, and then repeat that same sequence. So when you reach the next corner, you're going to stop right before your last one and half double crochet into it, and then double crochet into the marked double crochet, and then half double crochet into the double crochet next to it as well, or half double crochet. So half double crochet into the one before it, double crochet into it, and then half double crochet into the double crochet after it. Hope that makes sense. And then keep single crocheting all the way down, including these spaces, and then once we're finished, I will show you what to do for row 15. Okay, for row 15, chain 2 and double crochet to that first single crochet we made, chain 3 and skip 3. Go into that fourth stitch and double crochet, chain 3 again, and keep going until you reach a corner. I'm going to speed through this because it's important that I show you what to do if you come across a problem like I did. So keep double crocheting, chaining 3, skipping 3, and I will meet you when we get to a corner. Okay, so as you can see, we only have 2 stitches left. We don't have 3, otherwise we'll have to go into the half double crochet. So chain 3 and just skip those 2 and go into the double crochet that's the marked corner. You're going to chain 3 again and double crochet again into that same double crochet for a quarter stitch. Now you can remove your stitch marker. You no longer need it. You have this. Chain 3, skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and double crochet in that one. So if you do come across the fact that you only have 2 stitches left, still chain 3 and go into the center. So I will keep double crocheting and chaining 3 and skipping 3, and I will show you how to do each corner. As you can see, this next corner we have 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches left, which means we won't be able to double crochet in here by just skipping 3. So what you're going to do is you're going to chain 3 still, 1, 2, 3, and just skip 4 and go into the double crochet. Chain 3, double crochet again into that, and now you can remove that stitch marker. It's as you can see, you are allowed to manipulate as needed to get to that double crochet there. And you are chaining 3 again, skip 3, 1, 2, 3, and double crochet to that 4th stitch. chain 3, skip 3, 1, 2, 3, double crochet into the 4th, and keep going till you reach a corner stitch. And again, in my next corner, I just chained 3 and I only have to skip 2, so double crochet into that marked double crochet, chain 3, double crochet again, remove that marked stitch, and we only have one more corner for us to make, so let's keep going. So in that final corner for me, I just have to chain 3 and skip 2 again. Go into that marked double crochet and double crochet, chain 3, and double crochet again. Move your stitch marker and let's go ahead and end the row. 1, 2, 3. And slip stitch. Alright, so now that we have our 4 corners, we can go ahead and move on to row 16. So for row 16, you're going to slip stitch into the chain 3 and double crochet 4. So chain 2 to add height, it does not count as a double crochet. Double crochet 4 into the chain 3s. So for all chain 3s that aren't the corners, you're going to double crochet 4. So keep doing that till you reach a corner, and I will show you what to do next. After double crocheting 4 in all your chain 3s before a corner, you are going to double crochet 7 into the corners. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that is your corner stitch. So after, you're going to continue the sequence of double crocheting 4 in all chain 3s. And once you reach a corner, double crochet 7. So continue doing that all around, and I will meet you back for the 17th and final row of our panel. For our final row, you're going to chain 1 just to add height and single crochet in all of the double crochets in the row. And as for the corners, I will tell you what to do when we get to 1. So let's just speed through this. Single crochet into every double crochet in the round. So for the corner, you're going to single crochet into 3 of the 3 double crochets, chain 2, 1, 2, skip 1, and then single crochet into the final 3 double crochets into the 7 cluster for the corner. And there we go. That is it. You're going to single crochet all the way down again till you reach your next corner, and your next corner you're going to single crochet in the first 3, chain 2, skip 1, double crochet, and then single crochet into the last 3, and then continue on your way single crocheting down the double crochets. For your second panel, you're just going to repeat the exact same steps. You will need 2 of these, so this can either be your front or back panel, whichever one you're working on. So go ahead and make your second panel after you're finished with this row. Now that you have finished both panels. I have my other one right here. You have 2 panels. So to figure out how you want them to line up, let's measure the first one. So for me, I used worsted weight yarn, and mine, it will be off camera, just give me a minute. Okay, is 22 inches. So it's pretty oversized for me. 22 inches. Now, if your sweater is too small, depending on what yarn you used, or if it's just too small in general because you want it to be bigger, you can add more double crochets along with just chaining 2 and skipping this area and going into the single crochet, and that will add about 2 inches at a time, and you could just keep doing that, and you'll still keep this nice mesh whimsical design if you want to make your sweater bigger. Now, if your sweater is perfectly fine, we're good to go with sewing. So let's go ahead and let me show you how to mark where your neck hole should be, so we can figure out where to mark for your arm, because the sides of the square will kind of run over the top of your shoulder, so you won't be going all the way up to your arm to measure it. You'll be marking where this ends, and I'll show you in a video, so give me a moment. Okay, so just for perspective, if you've seen any of my TikTok videos, I made 2 of these sweaters, and you can go and see how they fit on me, but I will also show you in a clip after I explain how I marked this. So I marked 13 stitches from the corner. So I counted from here all the way down to 13 on both panels and clipped them here with a stitch marker. I used one of my bigger ones just so it's more sturdy. Did the same on this side, and this is your neck hole. So I will show you how that fits, and then go ahead and get a pen or a Sharpie or something to mark your arm up where we will need to start the measurement of your sleeve length. Alright, so let's go. So now that you have your top on through the neck hole, you can see if you're happy with how big the neck hole is. I personally like a big neck hole, especially for this top. I feel like it works. So now take the 2 corners that are kind of sitting right here, connect them, and kind of set them down like this, because this is how they're gonna sit when we are sewing our panels together. So for me, that marked it right here. So I marked my arm right there. That's where I'm gonna start my measurement. So you can see here. See? It's right there. So for me, that is about 20 inches. Because I want it to be about here, where my knuckle starts. So I want you to measure your arm, mark it if you need to, like I did, and measure where those 2 corners lay when they will be sewn on, because it'll basically be a continuation of the sleeve. So go ahead and measure, write it down so you don't forget. So let's go ahead and start our sleeves. Okay, so with the measurement of your arm, mine was 20. So go ahead. So for me, I chained 50. So let's chain 50, let me chain 50 before you do anything, and then I will show you why I chained 50. Okay, so here is the chain of 50. Now let's go ahead and measure that. It's only 18 inches, but when it stretches over 20 inches. Now you want to account for stretch, and you want to account for, as you add rows, it does lengthen, and when you do sew it on, the weight of it will pull it down. So chain about 2 to 3 inches under what your actual arm measurement is from where we marked on your arm. So for me, that was 50 chains. Make sure it's an even number. That will be important later on in the sleeve stitch count. Make sure it's an even number. Okay, 50 is an even number. It's a multiple of 10. Or 52 if you needed those extra 2 chains, you know what I'm saying, or like 48, just no odd numbers. Okay, so chain your even number of chains that is a couple inches under what your measurement was for your arm, and let's go ahead and do row 1. So row 1 is just half double crocheting all the way down. So let's chain 2 more and go ahead and half double crochet into the first chain. Those 2 chains don't count as anything, they just help with length or height, I should say. So go ahead and half double crochet all the way down the chain. So that'll be 50 half double crochets for me. And I will meet you back when I have finished all my half double crochets. For row 2, you're going to chain 1, turn your work, cat hair, turn your work, and then half double crochet down the chain again. So continue half double crocheting down the chain into the half double crochets we just created, and I will meet you back for row 3. For row 3, you're gonna chain 2 and double crochet into that first stitch. Okay, then you're gonna chain 1, skip 1 stitch, go into the next one, chain 1, skip another stitch, and go into the next one. That's what you're doing. You're just chaining 1, skipping a stitch, and double crocheting into the next one. So double crochet, chain 1, skip a stitch, go into the next one, and double crochet, chain 1, skip a stitch, double crochet into the next one. Keep doing that all the way down, and I'll meet you back for the end of the row. You will probably have a stitch left over, and that's okay. Don't chain 1, just double crochet into it, because we still need that extra stitch. So if you do end up having only one stitch left instead of 2 that you could skip over to, just double crochet into it. Don't chain 1, that'll create an increase. So just double crochet, and then if you have that extra stitch, just double crochet into it, and then we still keep that stitch count of 50. So for row 4, you're going to chain 1, double crochet into that first double crochet that you made, and then double crochet into the next one, and then double crochet into the double crochet space. So you're just double crocheting all the way down the row, including the spaces and the double crochets. So because the spaces count as a stitch, you just skipped over them. So keep going and double crochet over all previous double crochets and chain 1 spaces. For row 5, you're going to chain 1, turn your work, and we're going to repeat a half double crochet row. So you're going to half double crochet all the way down the double crochets you just made. So half double crochet all the way down your chain, and I will meet you back for row 6, which will be far more interesting than the previous rows we've been doing. For row 6, you're going to chain 1, turn your work, and single crochet 3. So 1, 2, 3. Half double crochet in the next, double crochet in the next, and then treble crochet, which is just yarning over twice, pulling up a loop, pull through once, pull through twice, pull through thrice. Make a double crochet in the next stitch, half double crochet in the next, and then make 3 single crochet in the next, like at the beginning of our row. And that is the sequence we will be repeating so that we get this kind of almost wave stitch effect. I don't know if you've seen those. I've seen one with like someone made this kind of stitch with a bag. I thought it was so cool. Anyway, you're gonna half double crochet in the next, double crochet in the next, treble crochet in the next, pull through thrice, double crochet in the next, half double crochet in the next, and then 3 single crochet to restart the sequence. So keep doing that until you have finished your last sequence, and we will end the row together. Okay, to end row, you will either have 3 stitches or 2 stitches left. For me, I have 2, which is perfect. And you'll find out why. That is why we do 3 single crochet at the beginning of the row, so that we do not have this, because we're going to be turning our row. So chain 2, turn your work, and make a treble crochet. So yarn over twice, and in that single crochet, right in that first single crochet, you're going to make a treble crochet. Okay. You're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and treble crochet over the previous treble crochet from the last round. Okay, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, make another treble crochet into that second single crochet that we made, or the one in the middle. Okay, which mirrors this, because that second one is technically the middle, but because we ended the row there, it's the first single crochet. But for all of them, we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to treble crochet into the next treble crochet, chain 3, go into the second single crochet, and treble crochet into it, chain 3, and then go into the next treble crochet, and so on and so on. And then we will end the row together, and I will show you what to do with this extra single crochet. So to end the row, you're going to chain that final 3 that you need, and then you're going to treble crochet into that last single crochet, and just completely ignore that it's the extra one, because it really doesn't matter that we're extending that chain 3, just an extra single crochet worth of space, because it's just so small. As you can see, it's not even affected. It's still very a loose row. So you don't have to worry about tension, obviously, because it's just that one little single crochet that it's just gently being pulled a little further, that distance at the end. Okay, so for row 8, chain 2, turn your work, go ahead and treble crochet over that treble crochet, go to treble crochet over that treble crochet. Okay. Now go ahead and double crochet into the chain 3 space, then half double crochet, single crochet, and then into that treble crochet, you're going to single crochet into it, single crochet into the next chain 3 space, half double crochet into it, double crochet into it, and then treble crochet into that next treble crochet. And as you can see, we're almost mirroring row 6 on the chain 3s and treble crochets. So let's repeat that sequence one more time together, and then you can go ahead and move on. So double crochet into the chain 3 space, half double crochet into it, single crochet into it, single crochet into the treble crochet, single crochet into the next chain 3 space, half double crochet, and then treble crochet into that next treble crochet from row 7. So repeat that sequence all the way down, and I will meet you back for row 9. For row 9 and 10, so for 2 rows, we are going to, I'm going to let you guess. Yes, we are going to half double crochet for 2 rows. So half double crochet all the way down for 2 rows. And I will meet you back for row 11. Just half double crochet for 2 rows all the way down. Now that you have done 2 rows of half double crochets, you're going to chain 1, turn your work, and single crochet into the first stitch, and then you're going to chain 7. Skip 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, go into the 6th, and single crochet. Give this little hole, and then chain 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, skip another 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, single crochet into the next stitch. And you're going to repeat that all the way down, and your last stitch should be a single crochet. And I will meet you back for row 12. For row 12, you're going to chain 1, turn your work, double crochet in the single crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, single crochet into the chain 7 space, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then double crochet into the next single crochet. And that is what you'll be doing. So chain 3, 1, 2, 3, single crochet into the chain 7 space, chain 3 again, 1, 2, 3, double crochet into the next single crochet, chain 3, single crochet into the chain 7 space, chain 3, double crochet into the next single crochet. So keep doing that all the way down, and I will meet you back for row 13. For row 13, you're going to chain 1, double crochet into that first stitch. Okay, so just for some context, it might be different for you depending on your stitch count. Again, mine is 50, so if yours is 50, this will be pretty easy for you to follow, but if it's not, so in each of these chain 3 spaces, we're going to be double crocheting 3. So each of these count as 3 stitches. So what you're gonna, so when I completed all of that, I realized that I only had 48. So I had to change the pattern a little bit when I was making the pattern, and I added 2 extra stitches at the end, which they're not technically extra, but I double crocheted at the beginning of the row in the last double crochet I made, and I double crocheted in the last double crochet of the row that's there. I didn't double crochet in any of the other ones in the middle of the row, just the 2 at the end, and that gave me my 50 stitch count back. And now if yours isn't as close to as your stitch count as mine was, I only had to manipulate to get 2 stitches. So if yours is, say you need 4 stitches, and then I would recommend just going into a double crochet so double crochet the 2 at the beginning and the end, and then to get those extra 2, do the next double crochet second to last in there, and then again at the beginning. Okay, and just keep doing that. And if your stitch count, go ahead and count the loops that you have, and then get a calculator and multiply that by 3, and see if you are at your stitch count, or if you have to manipulate to get back to your stitch count. Just make sure that you get back to your stitch count before we move on to row 14. For row 14, we're going to chain 1, turn our work, single crochet into the first stitch, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then skip 2 stitches and single crochet into the next. Chain 4 again, skip 2, go into the next one. And that is all you will be doing for this row. Chaining 4, skipping 2, and single crocheting into the next one, all the way down until you have reached the end of the row. I will meet you back for row 15. So for row 15, you're going to chain 1, double crochet into that first, single crochet, and go ahead and single crochet into the chain 4 that's right there. So you kind of have like this little corner right here. Chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and single crochet into the next chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, chain 4 again, and single crochet into the next one. And do that all the way down until you are left with 1 loop, and I will show you how to end this row. To end the row, you're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then single crochet into that last chain 4. And then you're going to go ahead and double crochet into that last single crochet, basically to mirror what we just did at the beginning of the row. Okay, so for row 16, you're going to chain 1 and double crochet over a previous double crochet. But this time we're going to just start by chaining 4. And then go ahead and single crochet into that next chain 4. Chain 4, single crochet into the next chain 4, and we're continuing that sequence of chaining 4 and single crocheting in the chain 4 space. And keep doing that until you have 1 more loop left at the end of your row, and I will show you how to end row 16. To end the row, go ahead and single crochet into that last chain 4, and then go ahead and chain 4 again. Oof, that factory knot. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then double crochet into the previous double crochet. Okay, and there we have it. And you're going to begin row 17 like we began row 15. And then for row 18, you're going to begin it like we began row 16 and end it with the corresponding row. So we're going to repeat those 2. We're going to repeat row 15 and 16. So let's go ahead and do that. So chain 1, turn your work, double crochet in the previous double crochet, whoops, single crochet into that chain 4 space, chain 4, and single crochet into the next chain 4 space. Alright, So repeat row 15 and 16 for rows 17 and 18, and I will meet you back for row 19. For row 19, you're going to chain 1, double crochet over previous double crochet, and just like with row 13, you are going to double crochet at the beginning of the row and at the end of the row. So double crochet at the beginning, and then go ahead and double crochet 3 in the chain 4 space. So in all chain 3 spaces, double crochet 3. Go ahead and continue doing row 19 by just double crocheting 3 in each chain 4 space, and to end the row, double crochet into that last double crochet of the row. And for row 20 and 21, you're going to chain 1, and yes, you guessed it, we are going to half double crochet for 2 rows. So go ahead and do that, half double crochet for 2 rows. Rows 20 through 21. Now, after you have finished half double crocheting for 2 rows, I want you to make sure and check and see how it is fitting around your arm. Lay it over your arm and kind of tighten it around your arm and see how it would feel once it's sewn, and see if you like how big it is. If it's big enough for you, you can stop right here and move on to your second sleeve. If it's not big enough, or if you want a bigger sleeve like me, go ahead and keep watching, and I will show you what to do for row 22. For row 22, you're going to chain 2, turn your work, and treble crochet into that first stitch. Chain 4, skip 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, treble crochet to the next, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then go to the next stitch and treble crochet. Continue to do that, but chain 4, skip 4, treble crochet into the next stitch, and keep going, and I will show you how to end the row. Chain your last 4, and you will notice that you only have 4 stitches left, but just go ahead and go into that last stitch. And that is the end of row 22. So for row 23, chain 2, turn your work, double crochet over the treble crochet that you just made, whoops, and double crochet 4 into the chain 4 space. And now this counts as a double crochet 5 cluster because we're including this so that the row just starts more evenly. But for the rest of the chain 4s, besides the last one, you are going to be double crocheting 5 in each chain 4 gap. Okay? Double crochet 5 in each chain 4 gap, and then in the last, and then save the last chain so that we can do that together. So let's go ahead and double crochet 5 in each chain 4 gap, and I will meet you back to end the row. To end row 23, go ahead and just double crochet 4 into the last chain 4 gap. And then for the 5th double crochet, you're going to go into that last treble crochet we had made, and then voila, you have finished row 23. So for row 24, you're going to chain 1, turn your work, and go ahead and double crochet into that previous double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, and double crochet into the next. So just keep double crocheting, skipping 1, chaining, and then going into the next one. So double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, go into the next, double crochet, chain 1, skip a stitch, double crochet into the next. Keep going until the end. Again, like the previous row that we did like this, if you only have 2 stitches left at the end, go ahead and just double crochet in that last one without a chain separating it. And then I will show you how to do row 25 next. For row 25 and 26, we are going to do something that we have done before. We're gonna have double crochet for 2 rows. Chain 1, turn your work, and go ahead and start half double crocheting into the double crochets and chain 1 spaces. And then for row 26, you're going to half double crochet in all the half double crochets you just made from row 25 all the way down. And those are the last 2 rows that I will be doing with you. That's it. That's the end of the sleeve tutorial. You will have finished your sleeve after doing these last 2 half double crochets if you continued on with me from the last time I told you to check your sleeve and see if you like the length. Now check it again after we do these last 2 and see if you like it. If you need it to be longer, go ahead and just repeat from where we started the first time we did the double crochet, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet in the next, and just start from that row, which was row 3. So start from row 3, and you can start repeating rows if you need your sleeve to be bigger or if you want your sleeve to be bigger. Now, if you are happy with your sleeve length from this point, go ahead and make another one, exactly the same chain count and the exact same amount of rows. So if you're doing it along with me and you're doing the same amount of rows as me, you will want to stop your sleeve at row 26, which is after you have finished your last 2 half double crochet rows. So continue doing your half double crochet rows until you have finished. Move on to your second sleeve, and then I will show you how to place all your work all together and sew it up.
So this is how your panels and sleeves should be laid out. Make sure that they're facing inside out, so because we're going to be sewing your pullover inside out. So when you're marking your sleeves, for me it was 24 stitches down, and then I marked the middle with the 2 corners here, and then I marked what appeared to be the center to me, and then 24 more stitches up to mark to the top. I did the same on the other sleeve, and make sure that your sleeves are also facing the wrong side that you want facing out, so that when we fold this over, that's the side that's going to be facing out when you wear it. And then hopefully you kept the stitch markers that we had for when we created the neck hole. Otherwise you can go back to that timestamp and re-put them in if you don't remember. So that'll be it. And then once you have all of your stitch markers attached, if your sleeves were shorter, or if they were or wider, or smaller than mine, yours might not be 24 inches. Just make sure that it's nice. Make sure that it's not like too stretched out, but it like the middle is in the center. If you mark the middle and then stretch one of the corners down and just count those stitches from the point where you marked it, you'll be able to just replicate that on the next side and then on the next sleeve. Go ahead and pick up your work from the corners that's where the shoulders will be. And let's go ahead and move on to sewing all of these panels together. As you can see, this is how it should look after you've picked it up from the corners. It looks like a sweater right now. So just for visualization, this is how it should look once you pick it up.
So lay out one of your sleeves in front of you like this, well attached to the back and front panels, whichever side you want to start on. So what you're going to do is you're going to start where these two marked stitches are, okay? So make a slip knot and put it on your hook. Now what you're going to do is you're going to go into the two front loops, so that two loops that are left are facing each other, okay? Pull through and make a single crochet. Sorry, I'm just moving the tail. Make a single crochet, and that is, you've joined those two stitches. Now you can remove your stitch marker and move on. Okay. Now for this part of the sleeve, because it's not stitches like on the panel, you'll have to eyeball where you place your stitches. Just make sure that you're not clumping them up together. Keep it nicely uniformed together like it was when it was laying down. And just keep picking up that front loop. And keep going all the way down on your sleeve. Okay, all the way down until you reach your other stitch marker right here, which is attached to the two corners of your front and back panel and the middle of your sleeve. Right before you reach this, I'm going to show you what to do next. Alright, you've reached your stitch marker, so what you're going to do is you're going to go into the marked stitch, still the loops I was telling you, the front and back loops, so that the two loops that are left over are facing each other. Alright, and then you can go ahead and take out your stitch marker, because it'll be easier to go into the last stitch with the stitch marker off, and go ahead and slip it right in. Alright, now you can take it completely off. Go ahead and pull through all of those and then make a single crochet, and that way you have attached them and attached your panels to the sleeve as well. Okay, we'll reinforce this once we bind the front and back panels together, but for now that'll be enough to continue on with the sleeve. Go ahead and move on and repeat what we just did on the other side on this side until you get to the stitch marker, the next one, and I will tell you what to do next. So what you're going to do is you're going to remove that marked stitch, because you know it's going to be the next one. You're going to go in there, and then you're going to go in there, and then what you're going to do is you're going to bring this over the other side of your sleeve, so the side that we started on basically, and you're going to slip into this. Doesn't matter where, you're not going to see it, it's not going to be messy or anything. And then you're going to pull through and then make a single crochet. And now we've attached, our sleeve together, so now we have a tube like this. Okay, now it's going to be really easy to sew this up, and you're going to just take both front and back loops and make sure the two loops that are left are facing each other, and then you're just going to keep crocheting down. Just keep going until you reach the end of the sleeve, and I will show you what to do next. once you've reached the end of your sleeve, just make your one last single crochet and then chain one, and then I like to just add in the tail from the sleeve into that, and then cut my yarn and pull through and then just tighten, and we'll weave in the ends later. But now you have finished a whole sleeve. Repeat all of these steps on the other sleeve, and then we will continue on sewing front and back panels together. To sew up the shoulders of your panels, you're going to start where your marked stitches for your neck hole, and you're going to basically repeat what we've been doing, which is taking the 2 loops at the top, at the front, and the 2 loops that are left will be facing each other. Single crochet, remove the stitch marker, whoops, and continue crocheting your panel together until you reach the inevitable end from where your sleeve has been sewn as well. So let's keep going. So once you've reached the last stitch, you're going to just go into one of the single crochets that we've made to seam the arm together, and just kind of make another single crochet that way. That way you've connected your shoulder to your arm and anchored it, and then make a slip stitch into the nearest one that you can find, pull through, and then cut your yarn, pull out the tail, and there you have it. Repeat these same steps on the other side. I like to start from the stitch marker because I don't like to have the tail there because it's just irritating around near your neck. This way the tail can be woven in that way, and it's just my preferred method. So repeat the exact same steps we did for the other side onto this side, and I'll meet you back for us to sew up the sides of our front back panel. Alright, to sew up the sides, what you're going to do is you're going to connect the 2 corners right here into the closest chain to the next single crochet. So you're going to go in, then go into the next one, pull up a loop, and then single crochet. Now you're just going to repeat what we've been doing, which is just taking up the loops. Okay, this is being difficult. Taking up the 2 front loops and then letting the 2 other loops that are left face each other. And you're going to keep doing this all the way up until you reach the pit area of where your sleeve is. I will show you how to connect and secure that. So let's keep doing this until we reach the pit area. Alright, it's your final stitch, and now what you're going to do is you're going to go in a single crochet, and then you're going to just go in to where the single crochets are on the sleeve right here in the pit area, and then you're going to single crochet into them, and then you're just going to slip stitch into one of them as well, and then that's it. Cut your yarn, pull through, tighten it, and there we are. Repeat this same thing on the other side, and then we'll go ahead and weave in our ends, and then I'll have my final comments once we have finished that. you've finished sewing everything together and you have weaved in your ends, you flipped it outside in or inside out. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. I hope that you are happy with your pullover, and please comment below if you have any questions or if you would just like to say something. And please give this a thumbs up if you think I've earned it, and go ahead and subscribe if you feel like you want to see more whimsical and fairy themed tutorials from me. I will also be making a recap video of all the things I've crocheted in these past 6 months in 2026, so keep an eye out for that if you're interested in something like that. And please have a wonderful, magical day, or whatever time it is for you when you're watching this. And please come again to my little fairy side of the internet again. If you'd like, stick around, and I will be showing a short montage of how this pullover looks.